I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
This is a comic book review show where we take 3 titles united under some kind of theme and then determine which one's the good, the bad, or the ugly, if they are applicable. If anything's especially heinous, it goes into the wrong box, which, you know, it's a place where comics that are terrible go.
Where they can go and think about what they did.
That's right, and they can stay there forever. And they do. There really is a wrong box.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, there was a
So
redemption
that one time.
episode.
You will never do that again.
I'm so mad.
You will never do that again. That was one of those things where I'm like, the audience knows what's up. This will be fun.
Oh.
Today we're talking about obscure Marvel teams. I wanted to mention this one because the Black Widow movie's coming. The Red Guardian is in it. Obviously, they're going to make a reference to the Winter Guard. So here's a team you've never heard of that will be featured probably in some tangential way in the Black Widow film. And here's 2 others.
And
For no
also
reason.
to make the theme work.
Here are 2 more. So we have Fantastic Force, number 1. We have Darkstar and the Winter Guard.
Yeah, it's
Number
real quiet
1.
underneath it. Shh, it's real
The Winter
quiet.
Guard.
Yeah.
The Winter Guard. And the Great Lakes Avengers, number 1. I'll start with Fantastic Force.
Thank you.
Fantastic Force, number 1, has a beautiful cover because not only does it shimmer, but it also has like this kind of texture on it.
I can't tell if you're being serious about it being beautiful.
Oh, it's horrible.
But it is a wraparound.
It's beautiful in how
And it
horrible
does tell you that
is.
they're go-getters.
Go-getters who never say die. I'm like, oh, that you just sold them to a whole new generation of people. Way to go. With your favorite characters like Huntara, Devolver, Psylord, and Vibraxis.
I mean, hopefully they say die in German. It's the. They
That's
gotta use
the.
the lust.
They never say the.
They're your favorite characters that they have to put their names on the cover so you know who they are.
Yes, because you don't. This is written by Tom Brevoort and Mike Kantarovich with art by Dante Bastenorth. So
Yeah?
the
Yeah?
Fantastic Four is no more.
Oh no, what happened?
Who
They
cares?
are no more.
Fantastic, no more. They are no more. That is grammatical. So
Yo, I'm the Human Torch.
I'm gonna rap horribly.
Yeah, could you not?
Thankfully, Human
Nope.
Torch is not
Oh,
in
no,
this.
no, don't do
oh,
that
Oh, there he
either.
goes.
Oh,
No.
Oh, look what you did.
Oh, look at him gyrating. So Franklin Richards is coming from the future. He is Psylord, not to be confused with the Valiant super team Psylords.
Yeah, I love that you just said that sentence like
Like we should know what that means.
Like, hey, yeah, no, Franklin Richards, he came from the future.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
said
even
he
know
was given up by Nathaniel Richards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who is that?
his grandfather.
His grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Reed Richards' father.
Yes.
Who I've never heard of.
No, but he factors heavily in the mythos of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
If you're just like, hey, I like Fantastic Four, I want to check this out. It's like, oh, well, here you go. You know, Benjamin, ever loving blue-eyed thing, Rockman, Human Torch, Flame On, Invisible Woman, yeah. And then you're like, okay, yeah, I get it now. And then it's like, okay, now you're in for it.
Wait, what?
Let's learn about the Council of Reeds. And you're like,
not?
The Council of Reeds?
yeah, multiversal Reeds that run everything. Also, Nathaniel
What?
Richards is a time-traveling dad of Reed Richards. It's a
I
whole
like,
thing.
I like
Yeah.
hearing about Nathaniel Richards because I
are
think
you
of
upset to find out that the Council of Ricks is a total ripoff?
Yeah,
I'm not upset. I'm like, I'm impressed.
you would love it.
that they
You
read comics.
Would dig it the most. Yeah.
So-
Well, of course
awesome.
they do, because Royland's friend Rob Schraub, who's directed episodes of Rick and Morty and plays like every other character that he doesn't play, invented Scud the Disposable Assassin in the 90s. Like, he was in the comic book industry.
Oh, okay.
You're saying?
I think Nathaniel Richards is the kind of dad who just like, damn it, Reed! I'm not having you ruin this boy with your hippie science.
Yeah. Yeah. You married for love. No! Anyway,
You didn't marry science.
so Franklin's a character. He's like Reed and Sue's son.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
been
hate
around.
him.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But now he, is of age, and because he's from the future.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God we had to sexify him.
Good thing
we
too.
got to skip all those
Yeah,
boring
him
years.
and his cousin or whatever, Huntara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think she understands how family works.
She does not.
Because she's like, we were adopted by so-and-so later in the book.
That's
you know,
right.
He raised you like a son, like me, a daughter.
It's like, well, then you're brother and
Nephew?
sister.
Yeah.
No, but I'm
No, nephew.
Yeah.
She calls him nephew.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
we were raised like brother and
Yeah,
sister,
so-
but I'm calling you my nephew.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, it's gonna be like Blue Lagoon, brother.
Wait, do
and
I
sister,
have
though.
Oh,
any
no.
actual relation to you?
Right?
Or-
No.
Who cares?
Oh, that's great.
So,
Okay.
Oh, thank God. That relieves a lot of my dreams I've been
Yeah.
having lately.
Yes.
so Huntara and Psylord, aka Franklin Richards, are dealing with T'Challa, who's like, hey, listen, who cares about your bullshit backstory? How about Vibraxis? He's pretty cool,
We got
huh?
him over here.
You like Vibraxis? And Vibraxis is a dick
Yep.
who just constantly gives people a hard time and talks about how great he is. And then he gets sucker punched by a goddamn robot and they all laugh at him.
Well, they do that thing where other characters keep calling him like young or a child.
Yeah.
He's
but
like,
he's
no!
drawn like an adult.
Right, but he looks like a 40-year-old man. Yeah.
So it's like he could be like
he could be 16
or
or
six-
30.
Yeah,
you never know.
I have no idea. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Also,
confusing.
he's got that problem, like that problematic episode of TNG where you got this obvious warrior woman and she's like, I'll help you. And he's like, ugh, you defile me with your feminine ways. And it's like, dude, she looks like Angela from Spawn. Like, what are you doing? She can kick your ass 7 ways to Sunday.
She insulted his honor by defeating the robot that was about to kill him.
Exactly.
Except it wasn't going to kill him.
No.
T'Challa said that.
Yeah.
Which means, like, even the battle itself was a disgrace.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh,
you
there
have
was no
this...
actual danger? Oh, well, you're
Right.
pathetic.
So you have this team, and it's like, oh man, you got like, you got all these characters, and then they're
Yeah,
like,
you got all this shit happening
you got all
on
this shit,
cover.
and it's like 4 characters. You know?
Yeah.
And Black Panther's a member of the Fantastic Four, and that's kind of poetic because he debuted in the Fantastic Four comics, so it's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
You
he'll
got, like-
be the leader.
He'll be the leader,
Oh,
be one
yeah.
elder say, nope, 5. And we're not going to call it Fantastic 5 because we did that already in a previous
Well,
Fantastic
he's
Four
not
book.
part of it.
Yeah, I
He's
think
just-
he...
Well, he's like shepherding.
Yeah, but he's going to be
Vibraxis.
gone after this book, I assume.
Yeah.
No doubt. This book doesn't last very long, but
It doesn't last long enough for him to leave.
it lasts longer than some criminally underrated series, but like not long enough for anyone to care. So we also Devolver shows up and he's like, I'm an Inhuman, and no one is groaning because like it's just kind of a novelty at this point.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
like,
kind of like,
what?
oh, an Inhuman,
Oh,
neat.
okay.
Because they also debuted in a Fantastic Four book. So it's like, hey, look, it's your greatest hits with your worst avatars.
And a warrior woman.
And
who has no
and
connection to
an
anything.
Angela ripoff.
Hey, she gets to do stuff in this book and not just go away.
That's true. That's true. So, you know, it's growing pains. They allude to their past. I know that, like, older Franklin Richards, a.k.a. Psylord, has a storied history. Like, he has the Rachel Summers hound scar tattoos on his face.
On his face, yeah.
And it's like,
What?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I didn't bother.
They mention it, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
well,
Yeah,
it must
what
mean
scars?
it will. Okay, when Ahab takes you into his employ, or rather slavery, and he turns you into a hound, you have these trademark hound scars on your face. It just makes you look cool if you are Rachel Summers in the Phoenix costume and the Excalibur. But in this, it's just some lines.
Who's Ahab?
Ahab is an X-Men villain. It doesn't matter. Then they get attacked by Claw, who is like a classic, again, another fun Fantastic Four villain, and Black Panther villain for the price of one.
Yeah, why didn't Andy Serkis look like this?
I really wish he did, and I was like, I mean, at that point, I was like, well, he's not gonna look like that. Like, but yeah, I wish.
Is this what Claw always looked like?
Yep,
Or is this a
this is-
particular version
Nope,
of
this
Claw?
is Claw.
Wow, okay.
Claw is a little different than he normally is. Claw's usually like a buffoon or insane. This guy's still insane, but he's more like Doctor Doom, where he's
Yeah,
like, you
he's
fools!
somewhat effective.
He's effective, or at least arrogant. He conveys confidence.
Question, does he have one side for stabbing and one side for licking?
That's not stabbing. That's one side for sound blasts. And
Oh,
yes, one of
right.
his hands is a phonic device that blasts, that creates energy blasts, and if he's augmented in power, he can generate images made from sound that are hard light as well.
But
Yes.
Tiffany, that's for licking.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the licking
That's a
side.
cloud.
Okay.
Oh, this has the personalized comic book order form for the Captain Universe book.
Do you think you could still get it?
I feel like the expiration date is 30 years ago, so
Wait,
no.
send a completed form and $17.90.
Yeah, they're
No.
gonna print your name in here, and 2 of your friends, and one of your favorite activities in this comic. Anyway,
Oh, that sucks with the friends thing. That's
Yeah.
a bad idea.
I know.
Those you probably don't have those friends.
No. That's just a cruel joke.
I'm reading this comic about the adventures of Cell and...
And
Like-
Matt, they fight Claw, and Black Panther beats him.
Well,
Oh,
they
it's-
They get
It's a
him
pretty-
on the ropes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they throw.
He beats
they,
all
they-
of
they-
them.
yeah, he throws Devolver out the window.
Yeah.
Devolver's like, "This is how I die. Is this the way a boy should die?"
Yeah, he's also a child.
But he's drawn like one.
Yeah.
Kind of.
More so. You could see he's shorter.
Come on, we really. Like,
But then they learn the lesson. You forgot
yeah,
the lesson.
They have
the
to work
lesson is
together
to work as a team.
Yeah, no, duh. We've done so many first issues of this book.
Yeah, and Vibraxis refuses to be a part of the team,
Yeah.
so then he's ordered to be part of the team by
Yep.
his freaking king.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, let's get in here. Put
Yeah,
your
put
hands
your
in.
hands in.
He's
He's
like,
like,
I'm not
no.
doing that. And T'Challa's like, you have to. He's like,
You have to roll your
Then
execution.
Okay,
I
but this
will
sucks.
not like it.
Yeah, he'll be the Wolverine of the group.
Hang on, there's like two things you didn't mention here.
Okay.
One is that the like sound construct that he summons.
Was
is
it like a rhino thing?
A yak.
it's a yak.
It's a yak.
It's a yak.
Well, because they talk about like another rhino thing in here. Maybe that was in the Great Lakes
that was another
Avengers.
one.
Okay, yeah.
And the other thing is that throughout the first part of this book, I was like, oh, they must be like in Wakanda or something. It's like, no, they're in a hotel.
Yeah, they're in New York at a hotel.
I'm like, no, you're not.
Well, yeah, no. What
it's fine.
hotel has the facilities like this?
Yeah,
One
where's the
owned by
boys
Black
fight the
Panther.
robots?
Look at the super science like structures around here.
They're
Like
at the
no,
Regency Suites.
they're not. I mean, they are.
No,
but
I
like,
booked
no.
the conference room.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the world of Marvel. All
This is the
hotels are
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Well, this is the superhero suite. Did
Right.
you say that already?
No.
Okay.
Every
yeah.
hotel has a superhero suite.
Exactly.
in
No,
Marvel.
they're at the Regency Suite.
Oh,
That's
that's
what Klaus says. So I was like, wait, they're in a hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and I'm like, oh, maybe they traveled.
I think
Oh, no.
maybe they did, because didn't Klaus say?
No, because then when you see Devolver come through, it's like clearly just a regular door he
Yes.
comes in when he first arrives, and I was like,
They do sometimes walk through regular doors, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can
you're
see
in a
that's the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
He's in a hotel because he is speaking before the UN. So
Yeah.
he's like waiting
Yeah,
to...
yeah, which is totally fine. It was
Yeah.
just, I'm like, and the hotel's cool with you bringing Wakandan robots up to
Yeah.
train.
Oh,
your
sure, yeah.
protege.
Yeah.
I'll pay for any damages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's the king of a country, so they're
Flash
like, yeah.
vibranium money.
Yeah.
You're like the
money.
people downstairs. You're just calling in.
Yeah.
Excuse me. No, I really think they're having a battle up there.
Right. A real battle, like not a training battle.
Like, no, you don't understand. There's. Okay, they broke the floor. They fell through. Yes.
Yeah. No, I know. Listen, I'm 100% certain they're not having sex. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that you get these calls a lot, and that's usually what it is, but not
But that's
this time.
not what this. I would like someone to go up there.
So anyway, T'Challa, like
knock.
he dumps one of his characters
Hi.
on them, and he also names the team.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
"You're a
yes.
Fantastic Force now," and it's like,
No one would say that.
I love when they
Don't say
all
that.
meet originally,
Mm-hmm.
and like T'Challa's like, I've got stuff to do.
"Yeah, I don't have time
I don't
for
have.
this."
I'm not gonna
Yep.
say anything specific.
Nope, I'm just doing stuff.
I got-
it's like
I got
I
I
don't want to be
Wakanda
here.
I don't want
stuff.
to be with you anymore.
I don't want to be in this book. And who could blame him?
Right.
There is,
He's
however,
just ordering room service.
yeah.
a dope ass ad for Gargoyles,
which
it's a
hasn't
teaser.
happened yet.
You don't even know what's
even know.
coming.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
Those first episodes were so amazing.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god! I thought there was gonna be another goddamn Darkwing Duck thing.
No, is it like 4 parts? I can't
it's
even
like
remember.
it's like way too many.
It's like 4 or 5 parts. It's fantastic.
It is, yeah. Is it
Yeah, it's
Fantastic
like a little
Force?
movie.
It's bad.
Fantastic Force.
Yeah, easily.
The animation's like so solid.
Oh
too.
yeah, no, they really
The
sold
A
defenses.
team is on that one.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
What was gonna be your contribution?
The ox, yak, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's made a sound, so it could be anything.
It's a sound construct which has like intelligence and stuff. Like it operates on its own.
Yes.
It also has spit like coming out of its. Is
that-
that sound spit? Is that spit made from sound waves?
he uses sound to facilitate
like,
like
why
actual.
is he
yeah.
creating that?
It also took a big dump in the room too.
Like, oh, it smells in
Feel of the
here.
creature.
yeah, like why
it
are you
doesn't
making all
spit
this
and
stuff?
dump.
I don't understand. You
Is
just,
this
want,
for your
Believe
benefit?
It's real and fight it.
you just wanted to hit me with a big thing. Like you
Yeah,
didn't need to do all that.
I
Yeah.
like the fact that they cut it in half and there's
Yep.
meat in there. Could you cook that?
Well, I don't know if it's meat. It's like pink and it's like Kirby Crackle inside.
Yeah, I think it's energy, but it'd be great if they blasted him and it just turned into like a finished cooked ham,
Like a roast.
Oh, like in a video game.
like in a video game.
Yes. Oh my god.
Fantastic Force.
To be reckoned with.
All right, here you have. it.
I've done worse. Darkstar,
worse than this.
The Winter Guard, story by David Gallagher. Pencil Steve Ellis is opening in a great party that we're having in Russia somewhere. They're showing us these new heroes, or maybe existing heroes. They're like debuting them.
They're debuting a new,
I guess
like
this grouping.
this team,
Yeah,
this
okay.
new
This
version of an
version.
old team.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is St. Petersburg.
Yes.
It's in St. Petersburg, and they're called the Winter Guard. You got Ursa Major, who's a bear. You got
Excuse me.
Man bear.
Man bear. Yeah, he's a bear right now, but
Yeah.
he becomes a man.
It's also a
Well, no,
very
he's the
unflattering
man that
angle
becomes
for
a bear.
him.
Yeah.
It's like that. Don't show this bear from that angle.
Right.
Well, you know, sometimes not all the angles are flattering. This is
Yeah.
this is an
This is real, plain and honest.
unblinking view of these heroes.
The camera adds 10 pounds of fur.
Right.
Oh.
Sure, fur.
You got Darkstar, who I think we've seen before.
We've seen, but not this version.
Not this version. This is a new Darkstar.
Yes.
Or an old Darkstar, depending on.
Right, depending on what era you're talking about, because
Right, I'm
this
sorry.
is a
At
past
the
book.
time of this book, it's a new Darkstar.
Yep.
Crimson Dynamo, who
We've
is
seen
a
before.
Yes, we've seen before.
But not this version.
But not this version. This is a woman.
A woman in this armor,
in
but that's
the
a
armor.
reveal, yeah.
Right. Oh, that's a reveal in this book?
I think so.
I wasn't
I
sure if
can't
I was
not-
supposed
yeah,
to.
I think everyone in
That's
here
all
is like
you
a new
can-
version.
That's it.
Interesting.
That's it.
There's the Red Guardian,
Red Guardian.
who is some sort of military person.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the Captain America.
He's the
I'm
Russian
guessing.
Captain America.
And he even has a vibranium shield.
We
Yep.
find out he's a cyborg.
Yeah.
That's yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an engineer, though, too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a
and,
lot of
and he's a
things.
douche.
So, like, when
Yeah, but only because he came back.
if
Yes,
he's a cyborg
he
and
just
an
came back
engineer,
wrong.
when he closes the door and says, I'm tinkering, what do you think that means?
Right. Probably he's relieving himself.
We immediately get a let's go back moment.
Yes.
It all started with
Wasn't
a
always like
spaceship.
this.
Yeah, it wasn't always like this with these cheering crowds. First, we had to fight a three-headed monster brought by Warlord Krang.
Yes.
Is he an established guy?
Yeah, he's an
Krang.
alien
Freaking
from
Krang.
the world
He's-
with
he's-
a tummy robot.
Yeah, he's an underwater creature.
Yes.
He can only be outside with a bubble over his head encased in
With
water.
water.
Yeah. And he's fighting these other characters.
Their own obscure
Yes,
team.
the Agents
Another
of
te-
Atlas,
Yeah.
who are real characters. It's a real
Yes.
team.
Is Agent Wu there the one that we saw in
From WandaVision. Yes, that's Jimmy Woo.
Oh, neat. Okay.
By the way, Agents of Atlas was a book that they released at the exact same time as this book. So they were like, hey, it's the year of obscure-ass teams. Agent of Atlas, though, has a gorilla man.
Right, as opposed to a bear.
That's the big
Yeah.
difference there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that's the
Well, we gotta have fur.
I'm saying that's the appeal.
Right,
I'm
there's
saying
like-
gorillas
because
are in
he's
this
a-
book.
Because he's a
Gorilla.
monkey. Yeah.
And there's
Bananas.
and there's no red ghost involved.
Right, he's a separate
Yeah,
gorilla from the
separate
Red
gorilla.
Ghost. He's his own gorilla.
He
Yeah.
doesn't even know. You said appeal.
Oh.
with gorillas.
Yeah.
Bananas. You see.
So what's up with Krang?
Oh, so Krang has captured Namora,
Yes,
Yeah.
who's a real character.
who's a real character, I
character.
guess.
Yep.
An
Everyone,
underwater
assume
character?
everyone here was created by someone else and has this.
But she's
Is
not
she like a
Namorita.
female
Not Namorita.
Namor?
Yes.
Okay. So she's
not
been captured.
Namorita.
It seems like it's kind of a big deal. I don't know why these like D-listers are dealing with it, but
Because, it's freaking Krang.
right. And it's
Yeah.
in Vladivostok.
Yes.
So you need like Russians, I guess, to show up. So the Atlas team.
Yep.
They're not from Russia.
No.
They're there, I guess, because they had another adventure.
They were
and
the
this-
first ship in
They had a
range.
spaceship.
Do they
Right.
speak Russian?
That's a good question because they're all just talking.
They
to
don't
each other.
do the thing.
They don't.
They don't put the brackets
They're
around.
too
Which
lazy,
is frustrating.
or they didn't think of it. To
They
do
thought
that
of
in this
it.
book.
Yeah, they did. They reference it. They talk about how I think they don't.
One person says, like, did
They-
you tell,
you
like,
taught-
translate your team, like,
Oh.
Yeah. It's like
mentally
they,
and
that.
they like doppeled Russian into their brains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Winter Guard
Yeah.
shows up, and they all team up to beat the guy, and ultimately they do a fastball special with Ursa
they-
Major.
It's like kind of a better one though, because they threw a bear.
Yeah, well,
They throw a bear.
it is a
the
better
monkey
one. It's
threw
much
the
better.
bear.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
like-
the gorilla.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, but they threw a bear.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
And the bear, like, he just crushes the guy's water helmet,
Yep.
so he starts to like die
Yeah.
because he can't breathe.
I must flee.
That's okay.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Pretty sweet move.
To hell with you, Krang.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, why didn't anyone just think to like just shoot him in
Did
the
you
helmet?
need to
Like,
throw a bear to do that? It feels like you could have just pierced the helmet in some
If you
way.
have the chance to throw a bear.
yeah,
Take it.
I'm taking it. So then they go to this like Arctic facility.
I think they're in. It must be Siberia.
It's Siberia, yeah, I
Because-
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, so they fly in and there's like a government like guy, I guess like their handler, maybe
Yeah.
is it like their Nick Fury?
It's their Nick
or-
Fury.
Okay. And he's, just greeting them and they all are going their separate ways, and this is where you get to meet
Yes,
the members
finally.
of the teams. So I can't remember any of their names.
Crimson Dynamo.
So Crimson Dynamo and Red Guardian have to have a talk.
Yes.
Because Crimson Dynamo is bad at following orders.
Yeah.
Even though we don't see that.
No.
He tells
Well,
us.
she questions it.
Yes. Well, there's one moment, yes, where she like
It's like a
it's
fraction
like
of a moment.
she gives him like the slightest amount
of
of
pushback,
Like,
and he's like, nope.
no.
She answers with like a fact, and he's like,
Well, Mother Russia didn't give us that fact, so can't be sure.
Red Guardian will remember this.
"Hey, why'd that pop up?"
No
What
reason.
popped up? Red Guardian will remember that too.
Okay.
So Red Guardian is kind of he's kind of Captain America. He's also kind of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because he's got all these suits.
Yeah, well, those are the
But
Crimson
those are not-
Dynamo
Yeah, they're not
suits.
his
suits.
suits, I guess. but-
Yeah.
You can like join the Dynamo Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like,
Well,
whoa, Crimson Dynamo suits. These are crazy.
Yeah. He's like, yep.
Yeah, they are. But you got to work on that.
Attitude.
tone.
I'm the leader, and you have to do what I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't question
know
Mother
your place.
Russia.
Yeah. And he confirms that the shield is made from vibranium, so that you know,
okay.
it's Captain America. Got
Thank
it.
God. Okay.
I was like, is it Captain America? Okay, yeah.
Oh, vibranium shield. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
He's got a motorcycle. He's got stars on him.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff that's related and similar. He's red and blue.
Yeah, but different.
But yeah.
Different. And he's also a cyborg.
and he's also
And Cyborg.
because he can't be a super.
And he's
Nope.
he's a little bit he's been getting worse.
Yes.
Also, we find
Yes.
out. We got a touching scene between Darkstar and Ursa Major, whose real name I can't remember. Mikhail.
Yeah.
Oh, Mikhail.
Mikhail. She is worried about is she able to like live up to the
Darkstar.
legacy of the Darkstar.
Yep.
And he's like, don't worry, you will.
He's like, who cares? Here's a picture of what she used to look like.
Yeah, she would have been proud.
Yep.
Here's
Or
what
you
she
will
used
make
to
her
look
proud.
like. It looks like you.
It looks
It's
just
you.
like you.
It's a blonde chick in your costume.
The people who are picking up the book don't even know you're different.
Right.
Yeah.
The book's named after you. You're in 3 pages.
The book's named after you, and you're on the side of the cover. I thought Darkstar was the guy with the shield
Yeah.
because of how that was
Naturally.
made
Yeah.
up.
Because he has stars on him.
Right.
Yeah. And because all their names are just like generic,
Yeah.
like interchangeable.
The only
Except
thing is
for
Ursa
Ursa
Major.
Well, no, Ursa Major is very distinct. That's
'Cause
true.
it's a-
He's
'cause
the
it's
only one I can
American.
remember.
And his last name is Ursa.
Yeah. So it's like,
He was meant to be a
it's
bear.
like
I was a
Clever.
major something Ursus. I am Ursa Major. I'm really glad I wasn't a private.
listen, you know what? This is a universe where a guy named Blackagar Boltagon is Black Bolt.
Exists
So,
and is Black Bolt. Yeah.
you know, that's not the most convenient name that's been invented in the Marvel Universe.
True, but Black Bolt doesn't really like work with his name.
What?
I'm saying like his power, like
Oh,
I cannot
oh, yeah,
destroy
it's
things.
not-
Yes.
yeah.
Black Bolt
No, it
doesn't make
doesn't.
sense.
Yeah, no, there is no Black Bolt in nature.
No. his
That's
his voice is like a bolt from
So
blue.
it doesn't.
And it's
they-
silent,
the
so it's
blackness?
black.
All of this is more thought than Jack and Stan had.
That's my
Okay.
point. Is that like no, I got the name Black Bolt because my name is Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
When in
it's just a
reality,
nickname.
it was we started with Black Bolt and we made it.
And then we
Black
came up
Bolt.
with a fun name for it. So then we find out that like this team was like organized by like bureaucrats.
Yes.
And Colonel Bukharin, who is like the Nick Fury, is like, yeah, but like they're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, yeah, we'll see about that. Keep your eye, we're keeping an eye on him. We're keeping
Keeping on a short leash.
The leash, yeah. And also we've got a creature called the Presence
Yes, a bad guy.
locked up, and that's this is very dangerous.
Just keep reminding you that the Presence is in a jail in Siberia.
Yeah, am
Yeah.
I supposed to know who that is?
I believe
If
it's
you
called
read
a
comics,
gulag.
yes.
Oh, okay.
If you read these comics, you would. Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
and they're saying like, I'm not comfortable with you having the presence here, and the
Yeah.
guy's like, well, I'm not comfortable with the fact that this is the only place I can handle the presence, and we have keep it under wraps, so you shut up.
Yeah,
Right.
The other guy's also like, hey, this is also issue 1 of a book that people probably don't know anything about. Could we like run down everybody's powers again?
Yeah, let's go through
Sure.
images of them using their
thanks.
powers and descriptions.
Yeah.
Even though we've
All
all
their
been working
powers.
together for a while, could
Yeah.
you remind me again? I got hit in the head on the way over.
Oh, sure. I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
always happy.
Of course, comrade.
Duh.
So you get like both their powers and like the problems with them. Crimson Dynamo, top of her Crimson Dynamo class. I guess this is like a category of soldier. The Crimson
Yeah, the
Dynamos.
Crimson Dynamo.
Yeah, but I hear she
Action.
has problems taking orders. Darkstar is, she's got flight, teleportation, dark force manipulation.
Yep.
Which I guess is
Something.
a good power. It shows
comes-
purple coming
it
out of her
comes from
hands.
the Dark Force
Yeah.
universe, right?
Yeah.
Dimension.
Dark Dimension, yeah.
Which is like
Doctor Strange's
dark
four-way.
matter.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not the dark dimension. It's the dark force dimension,
Right.
which is
Oh,
a very
different.
different dimension. It's a completely
It's a confusingly named,
black,
totally different
like,
thing.
dark dimension, and not because there's no light, but because it absorbs light.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good call.
And then we've got Major Mikhail Ursus punching an undead dinosaur in the face.
Except that's a rhinoceros.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Well, a rhino is essentially like a modern day dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's all like leathery. It's got a horn.
No,
It's a very different
crocodile,
species.
Or like an emu is like a modern day dinosaur.
Well, now
Or a rhea.
that we found them, that they had feathers, sure.
And the question comes up, like, who's the backup? Like, we have backups for all these guys. Who's the backup for
the
Ursa
Bear Man.
Major? It's like, we don't have one. Like, we don't
have another
Do
bear
you know
man.
a lot of bear men?
Yes,
like, well-
I know his kid, Ursa Minor.
We gotta have a backup.
Oh, you mean his cub?
Yes.
So the lesson Nick Fury gets here is that
Yeah.
everyone is replaceable.
Yes.
So you get the kind of, I guess the idea is like,
Even
this is
he
Russia.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russia
Yeah,
might
right.
replace him.
These guys are.
It's a little
more cutthroat.
Yeah, and the government's like really keeping these guys. They don't get to do whatever they want.
Right.
Or at least
because we don't want them to go
not right
rogue
now.
and become like an Avengers team that like
right.
prosecutes us. So
Right,
let's
right.
just go.
Yeah.
We don't want them to like get a taste of like freedom.
Yeah.
So the team goes off on a mission to investigate a rip in reality.
Yes.
That's another reality or something that's
Well-
breaking
they
through.
did it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they caused it by the solution to the previous problem.
Yeah, they don't really acknowledge that.
Yeah, well,
read
it must
between the
have been
lines.
that.
They say
Yeah,
there's
we
going
have
to
to
be
jump some stones.
serious
Yeah.
consequences.
Well, they say there could
or
be, and then
because
they're
we're
off.
manipulating the laws of physics
Yeah.
to move the bad guy out of existence or
Yes.
something. He just disappears.
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't just punch it. Like he was already like not able to breathe.
Right?
So
Yeah,
it's like
just
you
hold
already
him
won.
above water
I
for a
think
little
because they had to
while.
get rid of the Hydra.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No, you cage that thing up.
Well, the
Feed it
only
to the
the
Russians.
only solution is to alter reality.
Giant
and
feast.
And actually,
break down the barrier
that solves
between
world
worlds.
hunger. You cut one head off, two more arrive.
That's
Oh my!
right.
There we
That's
go.
It's endless
It's a
meat.
never-ending supply of
I
disgusting
mean, until the
meat.
point where you cut off so
How do
many
you know?
heads,
Have you ever had Hydra?
could be delicious.
I can imagine.
I mean, it's
horrible
amphibian-ish,
it
so
would be.
probably tastes like frog, maybe crocodile.
So the reason this is happening is so that we can introduce a new character who's an old character who falls out of the sky and is unconscious.
Yep.
And her name
His boobs.
is
Tasteful.
Phantasma.
Phantasma.
Phantasma, I guess, is another Russian
Yep.
character.
Well, another former Winter Guard. I assume.
Right, and they show some pictures, which I guess are from prior books. Of
Yes.
like, this is the old team where
Yep.
she was there, and then like they had some problems, and then you see them like splitting up and facing away from each other. So,
Yeah.
I guess people
Team broke
left
up.
the
This
team.
is why I thought he was a Crimson Dynamo.
Oh yes, there's a
Oh yeah, there he is.
yeah. So Nick Fury
Which
character
is, I thought
was
when he said that she was the best Dynamo he's ever seen, he's like,
That's a real compliment.
yeah, he's like, she's better than me.
Right.
She's the best at what she does. Wait a minute.
That's a pretty
And-
good line. I should trademark that.
and there's a connection to the previous Darkstar. When she fell, that's when the team like split up.
Yes.
and I
She
guess
was the
She was
catalyst.
with the X-Men at the time.
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
No, like,
Hey, sorry. Listen, she wasn't a major character, and even if she was, you're gonna lose a few.
yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna
Just
kill the
not
X-Men
us.
today.
They just sent the gem back. There's nobody.
Here.
Sorry.
So Phantasma wakes up and utters a premonition about the death is coming for everybody.
Yeah, it's her children.
And then she passes out.
Right.
Yeah. And then beings appear out of nowhere and they look evil.
New old characters show up.
Yeah, and they're like, I guess they are a team. Maybe they're the members of the team that split off.
Well, at least
Right.
two of them are.
Or two
Yeah.
of them, yeah. And they think they're gonna help, I
Right.
think, but it seems really ominous. Like maybe they're not. They're the Protectorate.
Yes.
And then the book ends. Oh, it says, and with them came destruction. So
Oh.
somehow they're harbingers of
Some kind
something,
of
Doom?
something bad.
Yeah, Doom. That's
Yeah.
the one.
And one of them looks like,
Binary from Ms. Marvel.
oh, I was gonna say Firestar.
She also looked like Firestar or Nova.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or anyone
Yeah.
with fire shooting out of their heads.
And
Yeah.
one of them's like another Thor. Like he's got a hammer, a Thor hammer.
He's got a hammer. I think that's like a Soviet hammer.
Yeah,
right.
He was photographed.
He's
in,
half hammer, half sickle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he and these
And
two were on
radioactive
the other
man.
We're in the
team.
photo. Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
wasn't.
And she wasn't. Who? Or maybe she's the one who's gonna ruin everything.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's her daughter.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh.
We'll never find out.
okay, look, we saw these 2 other books that are attempts at launching some teams. The Great Lakes Avengers have existed before. This is a chance at bringing them back, and it's
Relaunch.
like a modern version of them ish.
It's as modern as the last 2 versions of the Great Lakes Avengers.
Ish. Well, it's like written tongue in cheek, and we're cursing because it was like published in 2016 and like whatever.
You get references to social media and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
Yeah.
it's like appealing. It's trying to appeal to like a newer reader or like possibly a younger reader, and
Yeah.
so it's like over the top and ridiculous. But they're like, it's fine because we're dealing with a team of people that nobody cares about
Yes.
and are ridiculous in them.
We're trying to be subversive while also like being beholden to continuity.
Right. So we start in the offices of Connie Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a
is-
Captain America character who slept with Steve Rogers.
Oh.
Yes, she makes everyone well aware of that.
Well, I didn't think it was very overt, but she's more like
Well, there's an
would like to
implication
sleep.
that
There's definitely an
She-
implication that she's seen him naked.
Well, she's like,
Yeah.
I'll never forget a Rogers.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
I
like,
never forget his Roger.
yeah, it essentially she's supposed to be going on a date based on like a Tinder like app that she created, although she tried to pretend it was something else. But
Yes.
she's interrupted by her assistant, who's like, "It's a thing about the Avengers. You gotta go." And like she curses a whole bunch and is like, "All right, cancel my date for me. I'm out of here." And we go to the home
The apartment.
apartment. Yeah, it's apartment
place where
of
Donna
he is.
Yeah.
One might say hovel.
No, it's an apartment of Flatman, aka Dr. Val Ventura.
Yep.
Who has recently received a friend request in a video game from Darth Vape Lord. I'm really trying to set up the like time frame in which this story
Yes.
is like being told because it does somehow cement itself.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. They're hitting
Firmly.
every like current cultural like touchstone.
That's why it's from Marvel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 5
now.
years ago.
Then.
Right now.
Marvel then.
We get like an idea of what his powers are, that like he can stretch much like another character we know, but only when he's flat.
Yes.
There's a knock at the door. He opens it. He thinks it's about some bike that he has to offer.
Yep.
It's not. That's gone.
It might be
said-
his pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. But you know, it's Connie and her assistant. And essentially she's like, listen, like, due to recent events, like, the name Avengers has, like, fallen out of ownership, essentially. We've been dealing with, you know, Stark Industries or whatever, Stark Holdings. But now, because you at one point thought you should trademark the name Avengers,
Yes.
it has fallen to you, so you own it, and we'd like to purchase it back.
Right.
Yeah.
love
Basically,
that.
he was the first one to think to
Yeah.
trademark it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had a like pending like claim.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now that there's no one else to dispute it,
Yep.
he just gets
It
it.
de facto goes to him.
Yeah.
Then they
Which
go...
yeah, that's the thing that would happen
Yes.
in the real world.
They adjourned to his kitchen, which I have been in kitchens like this.
I've seen that kitchen
and
many
it's
a
a
time.
horrifying scene.
Yep.
It's just uncomfortable to look at. I'm
There's
like,
like empty bottles everywhere.
and
I
there's
think-
just grime
Yeah.
on every surface.
I like Connie being like, I would like to be here as little as possible. Like,
Yes.
Let's leave.
He's making his demands. He wants a flying car. She's like, I don't even think we have that. He's about to bring up Mr. Fantastic, and he's like, I'm not good.
All right, never mind.
You're already making those
Request
jumps
withdrawn.
there. Instead, he asks for her assistant's briefcase. He's like, I'll just take that. Just
Yeah.
give me that.
Whatever's in that.
Yeah. But she offers, like, he takes the briefcase, but then she's like, here's what we'll do. You can have, or you give me the Avengers name back, and we'll reinstate the Great Lakes Avengers, and you'll be actual Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, you'll get missions and stuff.
Right.
And so he's like, perfect.
He also rejects like a huge settlement of money.
Yeah, there was
that
like a
would
lot of
set
money
him
on the
up
table.
for life.
Not
It's-
on that table.
No,
because
no, a
nothing
metaphorical
should,
table.
Nothing should touch that table.
But he'd rather be an Avenger again,
Yeah.
or a fake
Yeah.
Avenger again, than just live well.
That's why he wanted the car. He's like, no, I want the Fantastic car. Like,
Yes.
I want to be.
I want to be a
superhero.
superhero
Yeah.
again.
I'm a poser.
I want to take Mr. Fantastic's fantastic car. He can't have it anymore. It's mine.
Yeah,
It has to be his.
It's the flat-tastic
Right.
car now.
that's right.
And he has to retrofit it so it's flat.
Or it turns flat.
Or I mean, it can become flat.
Yeah, Reed like gets this document. He's like, I don't work for the Avengers. I'm not.
What does this have
You
to
just
do
have to
with
make
me?
the driver's seat really flat.
I'm
I
not
guess.
making anything.
Just, you have to do it.
Reed, it's a legal suit. We have to.
Return to sender.
So we head over to a diner where he is going to try to meet up with the old Great Lakes Avengers. He sends like texts out to everybody and tries to call them to get them to come. Only one member shows up initially.
Yep.
It's Big Bertha. We get to know that like she's a plus size model and that her power is she can control her, like manipulate her size.
Yes, originally Big Bertha was a swimsuit model. She was, like your traditional Barbie proportions, and she could become morbidly obese.
Right.
Those were her powers.
Right.
Now she's moderately weighted and also can be morbidly obese.
Right.
Right.
Which allows her, I guess, to break into places like.
Well,
just punch
yes,
through
She has mass.
Yes, the mass. She's like the
Like
rhino
Blob.
or the blob.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, is she?
But she can unblock.
Is she strong though? Like, and it's
Or
like,
like,
yes.
can she be shot?
Oh, yeah,
with, like
but
a regular
She
gun.
can, but the
right.
bullet doesn't go. Goes through many layers, and or it like bounces off. It depends on what version.
Okay.
Like, it
Well, we
just
haven't seen it yet.
Absorbs the
Terrible
impact.
character.
So she goes into the diner and like, she's essentially like, you got this, like whatever, like indicating something's happened in the past. And you're like, okay, what she's talking about. She finds Mr. Wait, is it really Mr. Flatastic? No.
No.
It's Flatman.
Yeah,
Flatman.
it's
I'm
fine.
like, it's.
Oh, it's
I'm like, wait, is it really that?
Call him
It
Flatastic.
should be.
I did that.
Might
Yeah.
as well be.
I
My
did
name's
that.
Rick.
I changed.
No reason it's
I've
not.
changed his name.
Rick Reedson.
They sit down and then like she's like, am I the only one who's here? And he's like, yeah, kind of.
You're the only one who's
And
lame
like
enough
he's
to
like,
show up.
do you mean Craig, Mr. Immortal?
Yes, Mr. Mortal.
And she's like, I don't care about that. And you're like, okay, got it. There was
There's
a
some
relationship
history,
there,
yeah.
sure. It
Uh-huh.
didn't go well. There's also Doorman
Yep.
and Squirrel Girl.
Yes, they were the previous members of the Great Lakes Avengers.
Right.
Squirrel Girl, not like gained popularity, but more notoriety pre the Squirrel Girl solo series, pre New Avengers references. Like the thing she was known for at like that really weird window when they brought back the GLA was Squirrel Girl was on the team.
Well, she's unbeatable.
She wasn't unbeatable.
Yeah, but
she was. But like when she was on the team, she was the only like real superhero, and she was Squirrel Girl. And like was
Yeah.
but even Squirrel Girl now is popular.
Right. And so like he tries, he texts her again, or maybe we're seeing the past, I don't know. But like she's having dinner
With like real superheroes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's like, it's funny. It's a specific team
Yep.
from a specific time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as they're doing that, like Doorman like pops his head up out of the table and is like, hello. And they're like, you could just use the door. And he's like, why would I do that?
But I'm the
This is like
doorman.
my whole shtick.
Yeah.
This is my thing that I do.
Leave me alone.
Don't take this away from me.
I need this. I need this.
Doorman needs this.
Now, the only reason I mentioned the Dark Force earlier was because he was in the Dark Force dimension hanging out.
Yes.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
Got
we
Dark
got
Force on the
two
brain.
Dark Force.
I wonder if there's any Dark
references.
Force in here.
Well, there's plenty of Force in that.
Yeah,
we
there
got
is
the
some
Force.
Yeah.
We know that works.
That's what ties the books together. Force.
And so his name is Damar Davis. He has been resurrected. He's now the Angel of Death.
and doing a very bad job of it.
For Entity, he's not doing a good job, obviously. He's here,
Yeah,
so he's clearly not doing
He's
a
at a
good job.
diner, and there's plenty of dead people. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm falling behind on that. Anyway, are those mozzarella sticks?
He shows up and like takes a look at Val and is like, "You're 3D."
right.
And
What are
like,
you doing?
And Bertha also notices that, and he's like, "I
Yeah.
could always do
I
that."
can always be 3D.
Right. I only stretch when I'm flat.
Yeah, and he questions about like he's like, "Well, how would I have eaten or gone to the bathroom or done anything?"
Yeah.
then?"
Yeah. How would a 2D man eat 3D food?
Right.
Riddle me that.
Complicatedly.
Yeah. And so he gets a call, takes it, and then it turns out they got their first assignment. They got one.
Oh,
Yep.
I got a hot one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over in Detroit, in this random home in like a suburban area, this girl is drawing on her tablet at the time. Not like an iPad,
Right.
but like her
Wacom.
drawing tablet
Yeah.
with no screen in it, with all of her like like manga or anime posters on the wall.
Yes.
She's wearing like a clearly like Japanese style shirt. Her brother shows up. He's like, you gotta go to bed, and she's like, I'm drawing. They have a little back and forth about that. He's such a great brother. He got her all this stuff, whatever.
Yes.
I kind of got that. I'm like, so you're like a drug dealer, or
Right,
something?
Yeah, like where'd you get this shit?
Yeah.
Well, it's just because they put so much emphasis on it.
Yep.
Like I was like, that's a weird thing to put a lot of emphasis on.
Yeah,
to,
what's
like,
gonna happen?
I
When's
am
the
not
other
a
shoe gonna
drug dealer.
drop?
Yeah.
How dare you? That is insulting. I started a pyramid scheme.
right? But like, it's just, and it
Well, where do you
could
get the
just
money?
be that they just needed
from
dialogue
drugs.
to put into these balloons, and they're like, whatever, who
yeah.
cares? Like,
Yep.
she's just a happy person because there's such a shift in her character, so it could
Yes.
also be that. But I was like, why are we harping on this? And the only reason I say that is because like she's like, yeah, you're a good brother, Lucky, and then like he's like, yeah, whatever. And there's like a huge sound, a big explosion. And this like fiery dude shoots through their house.
Yeah.
Which initially I was like, wait, did he become the fiery dude and explode out of the room?
I was so confused.
Yeah.
About
that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Wait, what? Where did he come from?
I think
What
he-
happened?
yeah,
I
I
think he was
he's
just jumping
bounding
around, and the
through.
house
Yep.
was just
They're
in the
just
way.
collateral damage.
Yep.
Yep.
So this young lady is like forced out of the house via the explosion. No, she's not. She's still in her room somehow.
Yep. She's forced to the side within her room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
like
this
we see
explosion.
her flying through
We
the
see this
air,
explosion.
but then she gets up and she's still in her
She's
room.
Yeah.
She's just there.
And we don't know if her brother's
And
fine.
Lucky is
Yeah. She starts yelling for him.
Yep,
You
which
see-
I didn't know his name was Lucky. I thought she just said she called him Lucky, and then she kept saying Lucky, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that's his name. So he like the flamey guy bounds away. She looks out onto the street. This woman and her child are being accosted by this dude who has pitchforks. So he's just filled with pitchfork puns, which
Yep.
I didn't know existed.
he's Pitchfork Man, right?
Yeah, sure.
With hands and feet of pitchfork.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's cool.
We get some jokes.
The girl goes out there and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna kick your butt," and he's like, "You're a little girl," and then she turns into a werewolf.
Yep, a furry werewolf.
She
Like,
turns into a furry.
Yeah, she turns into a
she turns
DeviantArt
into-
drawing.
Oh, she used her Wacom powers.
There we go.
Yeah, and this is this related to the Exploding Man? Is the Pitchfork Man with Exploding Man?
I thought they were working together, but maybe...
Why is he here?
I guess so.
What
I
is
think the
happening?
bigger question
what
is
happened
like,
to Lucky?
why is he made out of sand?
Right.
Yeah.
Because what do you do with pitchforks, Tiffany? You move sand.
You move hay.
Well, maybe he's made out of hay.
Oh. Okay, I didn't think about what the character
Maybe
is
he's
first.
maybe he's made out of the thing that he's like immune to himself. Like you put a pitchfork in sand and the sand just
it
flows
falls right through
around
you,
it.
yeah.
You can't
That
use
must
my
be it.
pitchforks against me.
Oh. So anyway,
That's why I can't accidentally stab myself.
Hell of a defense mechanism.
our 3 Great Lakes Avengers are on their way to Michigan, presumably to deal with this issue.
Sure.
The only way they have of getting there is via this Winnebago,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
must be like
Flatasticar.
The Flatasticar.
Flatasticar. They call it the Flatmobile, but
Flatmobile.
it's definitely the
We all know what it is.
Flatasticar.
Yeah.
There's an uncomfortable conversation about like Mr. Immortal and Bertha and like what went down with them before she shows up in her outfit.
It's cool. They whisper in the front so that she can't hear.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
there's like it's like there's no barrier here. There's like not even a curtain. It's just
Right.
I'm
You
literally
were
right
talking
here.
to me, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Just because the panels didn't show that like I
was
in
there.
Yeah.
I could hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
They arrive at their locale. They take a look at the town. It's like a dump, but then like Doorman turns around and is like, oh wait, it's really cool on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like there's an invisible line down the center of the road.
Because I think they're going to their base because Stark owns like some part
Yeah,
of the
there's a
town.
warehouse.
Which is why like that's the block that Stark owns and the rest of it is
That's it.
It's like
not
crap.
his.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're not going to Michigan.
They're going to their
Yeah,
their
but
base.
They will be.
They will be. We all
They're
know
heading
it.
well, they're working it out.
Yeah, they're going to Detroit, right?
The flamey guy we saw earlier, who was Firebrand, is teamed up with a totally different person who
Shriek.
presumably because of the fact that the pitchfork guy was eviscerated by a werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shriek shows up.
Real character.
Yep.
A-lister for Maximum Carnage, now
Yeah.
D-lister in
Pick a
Great Lakes
booth
Avengers.
style.
Yeah, that's it's a holdover, it's a joke,
I'm
it's a
half
homage.
pirate, I'm half go-go.
Wait, is this Shriek the symbiote?
This is no, that's Scream.
Oh, Scream,
You're thinking
I'm
of Shriek.
sorry.
Shriek
Who's
used
Shriek?
to sleep with Carnage in
Yeah.
Maximum Carnage.
Oh.
Yeah, Firebrand's like, and will you sleep with me?
No, Firebrand, you're not Carnage. Carnage was a big deal. I don't sleep with Carnage now.
But I'm all red like he is.
No.
No, you're orange.
And on fire.
And yellowish orange. It's a very different color.
Yeah. And you didn't write anywhere that you rule.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So anyway, one of them has to tell the man upstairs that like their hero's here.
Yep.
They're like right down the block. There's no
Yeah.
way these 3 shouldn't see the man who's on fire.
Nope.
Yeah.
But they
Visible from
don't.
space.
And yeah,
They're
like
oblivious.
the thing is, like they live there. Like they're not doing a caper or a job. It's like, oh no, like we're here, and like heroes are moving in next door.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, oh,
that's gonna be some
Madcaps.
Well, you can show up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
Please no.
one of them just destroyed someone's house, but they don't mention that happened.
No,
No.
that's fine.
No.
Well,
let's not
that's
do
just
that.
this is every day for them.
Yeah, I guess.
They make a Seinfeld joke.
Yes.
Yes.
They talk about Type
do.
5s. It's great.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Meanwhile, they're trying to get into
hilarious.
their base essentially, but they have to break in because the door doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the key. It's just
Yeah.
it's not well set up
No
for
one
them.
got them the
Nope.
key.
Doorman does his thing. Bertha won't do that. She knocks her way through the gate, and there's a like goth.
What is
chick.
Doorman's thing? Is he the door?
Yeah,
Do they have
he's
to
the
go
doorway.
through
I think
him?
Yes.
he's a door, but I think he also controls doors because like
Yeah.
he came out of the table, so
Yeah.
that he
He
wasn't
made a
even
door.
there.
He can make a
Tables
door
aren't
wherever he
doors, so
wants.
he makes the table into a door. Yeah.
It becomes a door.
He's a teleporter.
Yeah, he teleports.
So
Doors.
like, she would walk through him to get in?
Yes.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, I don't know if his powers originate from the Dark Force dimension,
Right.
but one of Darkstar's powers was teleportation as well.
So,
Okay.
there
Anyway,
you go.
there's this like pink-haired goth chick on the other side of the gate, and like they're like, because she's like, which one is Flatman?
Yeah.
And you're like, did he order a date? Like, what? That's
Right?
creepy.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And he's all like, hey, I'm Flatman. I'm flat. Look at me. I'm flat right now.
Yeah. She's like, I know.
And she's like, yeah, I got your texts. And he's like, oh. And she reads all the texts to like Mr. Immortal being like, I know this is still your number, but like, hey, don't worry about what happened before. Like, everything's forgiven.
cool.
Yeah.
Especially Bertha. She's totally fine with it.
Everything's totally great and everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Just show up.
Yep.
So anyway, he's like, but like, if you thought it was for Mr. Immortal and you're not him, why are you here? And she's like, I don't like to assume things.
Right.
So she's part of the team?
She must be.
I guess she's bound to be.
We don't know who she is,
she
but
goes,
we don't care.
She goes inside, like Bertha catches on to the all's forgiven thing, and then like Flatman's like, where are you, Immortal? Because like, clearly he's having that moment of he's like, I don't want to be the leader.
Yeah.
Like, it was better when he was the leader because then I could just do my thing and like whatever, like he'd keep it all together.
Yep.
And we cut to where Mr. Immortal is, which is in a cemetery with like a tube.
Yep.
Like he's in a coffin,
Yeah.
6 feet under, presumably.
Oh, that's a tube.
Yeah.
I guess.
I thought that was a rod keeping him there, like some weird vampire ritual.
Yeah, like if he got up, it would hit him.
Right.
Ow.
No, I think it's a breathing tube.
I assumed it's a breathing tube because
But he can't die. Why would he
can't
need
be
a breathing
killed.
No, he
tube?
can die. He just comes back. Mr.
I
Mortal
see.
when he dies, he returns.
Yeah, so it's like that's like the best way to keep him out of a fight is to keep him in a place where he can't die.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess he would have.
Or if he does die, he'll just return where he is.
Does he teleport into his grave?
Well, he doesn't
No,
have
he
food
doesn't
or
teleport
water down
anywhere.
there.
Well, how did he get in there?
Somebody put him there when he died.
Well, you
They,
gotta read
they
the
buried
next
his
issue to
body.
find out.
I see. Why would you even bother to bury if you know he's going to
Well,
come
because like
back?
the gimmick when they killed him the first time was that he died for real this time.
but
he didn't,
But then
because
why
Mr.
is there a
Mortal.
tube there?
Because just in case. Or it's or haha.
I see.
Or big surprise, or maybe it was wishful thinking and they just forgot.
It's the tube to use the bathroom for. You pee out of that tube.
See,
the
not-
joke is you
see,
can't pee up
not
that
knowing
far,
all
so
that,
it's going to fall
Yeah.
on
The
you.
tube
Yeah.
is really
No,
confusing.
the tube to me, I was like, oh, like
someone
they're-
trapped him
they're-
there.
Yeah, this is
I think
like
that's
some,
exactly
like,
what it is.
some,
I think
like,
they just forgot.
Weird mob hit.
Yeah. I don't know.
What team did you hate reading the most, and which one did you not mind?
The Fantastic Force was horrible.
Agreed.
Yes, it was.
It was
Yeah.
horrible.
It was not a good
It was
book.
really bad.
It felt.
It was forced.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
and that's like, I mean, all of them.
Yeah,
were-
they're all
of them are
terrible.
forced.
All of them are forced, but that one was the worst.
I found Darkstar to be like really bad. Like I didn't think it was interesting. I found it ironic that it's about Darkstar and she's like barely a footnote in her own book.
Yeah, that's a little confusing.
And she's like a replacement character. It's just like, who asked for that? Like, just call it the Winter Guard. Why are you
maybe
trying to
she's
capitalize
gonna
on
become
Darkstar?
the main focus.
Right, but maybe establish that or like, allude to it in the first issue. Like in the first
Yeah.
issue, it's more of an Ursa Major book than it is a Darkstar book.
Oh, well, he's the most memorable character
well,
by a country mile.
Yeah.
Because he's a bear.
Yeah.
He is a bear.
Just
That's
make
an
the
unfair
Ursa Major book.
advantage, but
Yeah, but
fact
you know,
remains he is the most
it
memorable.
is a quintessential Marvel book. It's like, oh, look at these characters you don't recognize that are fun.
Oh, it's a limited series of 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
only 3 issues of this book.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And Great Lakes Avengers is like this really desperate attempt at humor that just doesn't land.
No.
A couple of the jokes were fun, but only like 5%, so it's
Right.
it ruins the whole thing.
Yeah.
This
Cool, because every
problem.
page is like jokes.
Yeah, and it's also like incoherent. Like the things jump around and happen for no reason.
And it's like it's one of those things where it's trying to be funny because like haha the premise, like don't you enjoy the premise of like they're pathetic and stupid and
Yeah.
like so
Don't you love reading books about stupid people?
about stupid pathetic people who can never succeed and then like how you know that like this book will sell poorly and that like they won't succeed, so it's like not a triumph story about like underdogs, it's just about like, you know what I mean, like
This is the reach where, like, my favorite character is, like, Mr. Immortal, or my favorite character is Big Bertha, and here's why.
right, except like there's no good reason to feel that way.
Yeah, but someone will still say that.
Oh yeah, there will
Sure.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're in the
Yeah.
comments, but like they're wrong and it's stupid. Like it's just, and this is just like this is one of those things where they were like, if Squirrel Girl can hit, maybe Great Lakes Avengers can too.
Yeah, she was on that team, right?
Well, and she's like a
no,
joke.
they can't.
No, like stop it.
Stop.
Stop trying. And it's like someone at the editorial level thinks that Great Lakes Avengers is a funny idea.
Right.
And
Hey,
it's just,
remember Great Lakes Avengers?
right. And it's like it's just not funny and it's not great and it just doesn't work. And
Yeah.
but anyway, but none of them do.
Yeah. What really bothered me about Great Lakes Avengers is it tries to have this like funny tone, but then you've got like the explosion that maybe kills Lucky?
Right.
Like,
Or he becomes it.
Yeah.
like she's screaming for him.
Yeah.
Except he does it because they give Firebrand's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
It's like, what happened to Lucky, though? I'm
Right.
getting all these jokes. I think her brother just died.
Yeah, well, that's what's so funny. It's like one of those like dark comedies where you think it's like whimsical, and then it's
And
like,
we don't see her again in the rest of the book. I assume she comes back.
she must be on the team.
She's
Well,
probably
yeah,
going to
well,
be
no,
on the
she-
team.
She's not on the cover.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, she's there. Yeah, so she joins up with them at some point,
Yes,
I guess.
she's
Aru!
yeah, great.
Is it
She's
like,
probably the new squirrel girl.
Yeah, but what
Yes.
happened to the chick that's like the goth one who's
Right.
supposed to
oh
be
yeah,
there?
is she going to be
Is
on the
she-
team?
Maybe,
knows?
maybe
Nobody?
she's going to be their
Maybe
Janine.
Oh.
The reason I didn't mind this one so much is because at least it was trying to do something interesting with a team in which it's like, you know, usually when like you've got like a team who comes together, like even in like the new Avengers where it's like they end up coming together
Yes.
kind of by accident and by like serendipity of like showing up. It's
Sure.
like they're all like most of them are coming from like a similar idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These guys are from a very different government
Yeah.
style.
Yep.
They're, you know, seemingly very government controlled.
Yep.
The guy in charge is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Yes.
like it's everything's very strained seemingly, but like you're like shown them initially in this like very traditional superhero like reveal, and I'm like, oh, that's fun, and then like as you go through it, you're like, oh, it kind of sucks to be them.
Yeah.
It's
And
And I
not
was
what
like,
you would
that's
assume.
sort of interesting.
Yeah.
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 So like
That
that's
an
like this is
interesting
my
idea.
good.
That's fair. It is the best out of the three.
Yeah, I agree. It's the good for me because of the scene where with the fastball special and he just crushes it. Like it's
Yeah.
like
They
I've
throw
got
a bear.
Namora. What are you gonna do? Wham!
Oh
You're off the
shit!
table.
Oh, a giant bear man.
So by process of elimination,
Yeah.
you think it's the good.
And it's a dead heat for ugly for me.
It's real hard, real tough.
No, this was better than this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And only because it's like this is written in such I don't know though.
It's very much a style. It is written very
It's
much
written
like
in, like
the,
a Flash Gordon style almost. where
yeah,
they're just
but I don't
like,
think they mean to.
I couldn't get past the fact that the character. So Vibraxis hates everybody.
he's
such a jackass.
He's
Miserable.
an asshole the entire book.
Yeah.
And like at the
But he's
end,
got such great
he
powers.
doesn't learn anything, and he's not like, all right, I'll join your team,
yeah.
and maybe I can learn
He's
guys-
something.
going to though
he's
over
going
the
to.
arc of this epic
Fine.
story.
Yeah.
My
By
king
issue
told
60.
me to. Wonk, wonk.
Yeah, but
No.
is a pain in the ass petulant child better or worse than like 5 unfunny characters who are just mugging for the camera the entire time?
I'll take it.
Well, if Psylord was any good,
Right.
or what's her face,
Huntara?
Huntara, yeah. If any character was sympathetic or
Yeah,
fun,
Devlor?
but they're all also horrible.
Devolver.
Yeah, Devolver was like the one that was like, this guy's kind of cool.
I think this one is my ugly as well.
That's fair.
I just didn't enjoy it.
Plus it's got that gimmicky cover.
Yeah, ugh.
I had no issue with the cover. I just hated the book.
I
Yeah.
hate the cover. I don't like
The
anything
cover's-
in this
The
book.
cover's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's called Fantastic Force.
Yep. So
Damn it.
it's struggling out of the gate. It does at least
I know
have.
why that's my ugly. I hate Franklin Richards.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
okay.
that's another one that's really hard to overcome. Like you got to get
Yeah.
past that Franklin Richards.
Yeah, but hey, how about this? You know, normally on the show, sometimes someone's like, one of the books is the bad just because it's default. Mm-hmm. No, Great Lakes Avengers is a bad comic book.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Bad,
It's the bad.
is that
So it
even if
earns
it's the
it.
bad, it
Yeah.
actually did earn it.
But like but it's stapled correctly, and the printing's right, and the coloring's good. So hey,
Yeah,
it is
I
a
can't-
comic book.
And
It's-
that is probably the other reason why I'm going to give that the ugly is just because I really like Tamara Bonvillain.
yeah,
and
you don't
like,
want to give her any marks. I get it.
No, she does everything she can with this art. Mm-hmm. Because this art is,
The faces, man.
yeah.
Jesus.
Although, like,
It's a style. It's very much like of its time.
although Mr.
Yeah.
Flatastic, is done really well. When he's
Yeah, they're
flat.
really the
I
2D
do-
effect is
I
really
do
hard to do.
appreciate how they did that, and I could almost feel when he was 3D, it was the artist like, I can't keep doing this flat thing. Like it's really hard to get the proportions
Yeah.
right and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes. So that's good, bad, and ugly for me.
fair.
I agree.
Same.
I do think
Good,
it's a
bad,
really
ugly.
close
Yeah.
call between Fantastic Force and Great Lakes
Great Lakes,
Avengers.
yeah.
But it is just, I really didn't have any fun with this book.
No,
Its only good part is that like T'Challa's in it.
right, and he
There's
doesn't
like
really
a
get to do
real
much.
like hero in
And,
here.
and
Yeah.
he leaves.
And then he
leaves
goes
you.
away.
He's
Yeah.
like, I
He
don't
goes-
want to be here anymore.
Yep.
yeah.
Enjoy. Hey, reader, enjoy it for a bit. I'll
Yeah.
come back at the end.
Well,
So-
and-
And I'm gonna saddle this team with this horrible guy, who like I can't teach him anymore.
No.
gets-
You
You deal with him.
who's 16?
So wrong box or no?
No.
No.
It wasn't egregious. It
No.
just sucked.
It wasn't like exploitative.
I could follow
No.
it from beginning, middle,
Yeah.
and end. Like
I
wasn't, like-
barely
coherent.
could. Like this was more coherent than this, which is why that's my bad, not my
Yeah.
ugly.
Well, yeah.
But like this was rough.
Yeah, but
not
we've
rough.
had books where I'm like, what is happening?
You know what? I'm thinking the color makes me think of X Nation 2099. I was like, fuck that book. It's there now. This is not that.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
to me is like a run-of-the-mill, like not very well done.
it's another one of
Yeah.
those. It's another
Yeah.
another good try.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at you trying to get that money.
Yeah.
Trying to get that what? $250.
You threw it at the wall.
That's
See
got
if
that.
it's
It's got a
stuck.
foil cover.
Steep.
Foil, man.
Yeah. Foil ain't cheap. Well, then don't make it.
No, sir. This is metal.
Yeah, well, there you have it. So, justice for the Winter Guard. Hopefully, some of them will show up in the Black Widow movie. I bet Ursa Major shows up
I
in that Black Widow
seriously,
movie.
that's the one I want. I don't care
Yeah.
about anybody else.
And-
Maybe the Crimson Dynamo.
Well,
Crimson Dynamo
David
will be
Harper
fun.
plays the Red Guardian.
yeah, but I meant
Oh,
of the others.
Yes, yeah.
We can't have Darkstar.
No.
She's a mutant.
Right, that's
Well,
true. They
yeah.
were, yeah.
Well, she doesn't. Maybe they
It would be
could-
You could
weird.
have her name show the human or the
The character name.
non
Or they could
superhero
have
name.
they could have the stone,
Mm.
like someplace.
They could also do a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where at the end, at the end they show the Ravagers and it's like, look at a bunch of characters that are never going to have their own movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll do that where they're like, oh, they left, but we got the Winter Guard, and it just shows them at their
yeah.
table, or they go like, or they send Red Guardian to go talk to Ursa Major, and he's like in a bar drinking, and he's just a
Yeah.
big goddamn bear.
I was gonna say they're gonna maybe the post credits it'll be like in like a wintry wooded area, and there's like a big hulking bear walking through the woods, and
And
it
it
stands
stands
up
up
and
and becomes
becomes a
a-
man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And meets up with the Crimson Dynamo.
Yes.
Oh, he goes into his cabin and Crimson Dynamo's like there.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like we will form our own team.
What if we get the original team?
So there you have it. That's obscure Marvel teams inspired by a movie tie-in release.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Hey, it won somehow.
It did
And
win.
it won.
And we didn't know that it
No,
was
we
going
didn't.
to.
If that's not
That was
why
not the
it
point.
won.
That's
It
not why it
generally
won.
is
That
just
is-
the best.
It's just technically
I
the
actually
best.
just forgot that's why we were doing this.
Yep.
was
Right?
because of the tie-in.
If you have a theme idea for us, throw it in the comments. I'd love to know. It'd take the work off me. I'll tell you that. Anyway, bye.
Yeah, it's not easy coming up with obscure Marvel teams. That's a
No,
They get,
that's a dime a dozen.
they get called Nuclear Man Meltdown.
yes.
Meltdown.
He was born
That's
in the
perfect.
fires,
In the fires
of Chernobyl.
Yeah. Ho ho.